Hi, good people, and welcome to another episode of Filmmaking 101 with Rachel Wainaina. I'll go straight to the point. I'm sure you've enjoyed the past tutorials on pitching and film marketing and distribution. And today, I'm going to also talk to you on the importance of film appreciation. I think this is one of the most undermined ways to learn about filmmaking because it doesn't happen more oftenly. What is film appreciation? Film appreciation is an essential activity that each and every filmmaker should do. And this is reviewing the work of other filmmakers and how they ended up doing that work. This is really, really important because it helps you to learn from the best. So how do you begin studying film appreciation? First, you need to pick a film, watch it, and you need to be able to watch it with an analytical eye. So as a filmmaker, you can't just go and watch a film and think that you're just going to watch it like a layman audience watching. You have to check the cinematography, you have to check how the film was written, you have to listen keenly to the dialogues, you've got to just look at the cinematographic techniques used and all that. So why is film appreciation important? Because it helps you to see the journey of the film industry from a long time. Because normally in all film schools in the world, somebody will tell you that every film appreciation student must start by watching classical films. These are films that were done a long time ago. Normally for my students, I always recommend 4 movies. 1, Citizen Kane. It's rated as number 1 or number 2 because different people have listed it. Number 1 or number 2 greatest movie of all time was done in 1941 by Orson Welles, who was just like a radio journalist, came with a team of people who didn't even know filmmaking. They shot and they made this masterpiece that to date still is a piece of art that each and every film student should watch. It's called Citizen Kane. And the second movie that my students always watch is the Godfather trilogy. Everybody knows the Godfather trilogy is one of the most spectacular movie ever made and creative, a piece of art. You can see the art in that. So when you want to learn where film came from, when we started making good films, that's another good film you can look at, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It's just like a movie packed with lessons from the setting, where was the set, how they came up with the characters, how they wrote the script. The production design is top-notch, the writing, I can't say enough. And actually, these are movies that have won Best Pictures at Oscars. So we're talking about big movies that you can analyze and learn a lot. Another film to watch out for is Casablanca. It's also among the top 10 greatest movies of all time. And the last movie that I always tell my students to also watch is The Gladiator. I love The Gladiator because of the challenges, including having somebody dying on set. So in terms of the past movies that you can watch, and I'm going to quickly give you a procedure of watching the movies and analyzing them real quick, is those 4 movies in terms of classical movies are good. Now, in terms of new movies, maybe let's say movies past the 1970s, I would say everybody needs to watch James Cameron's 3 movies, and this is why I would say this. First, James Cameron has directed, written, directed, and edited the highest grossing movies in the world. So if you're able to watch those 3 very good productions that James Cameron directed, you're also able to learn a lot. That's the Titanic, the Terminator series, and Avatar. If you're able to learn that, you're able to see a bit of modern type of films, and you're able to see a lot as well. Then coming back again to look at maybe, other films that have been released lately, I would definitely put Black Panther on top of my list. If you're able to put something like Black Panther on top of your list, that would be good, just to see how also the black people are coming into the cinema world and bringing in new, very creative ways of making films. So if you're able to look at things like Wakanda, they represent the future actually the sceneries and everything, and the way people are dealing is very futuristic. We almost feel this is where we are going. We also hope that we're going to have many other African films really, going up to that level where they can be studied. And these are very good movies you can study. Now, how do you do film appreciation? First, I always say film is a business. Number one, study the film business part. Ask yourself, what is the budget of the movie that you've just watched? How do you do this? Just go online. Every good movie has a website. Just check from the legit website of the movie. They'll have the script of the movie, they'll have the documents of the movie that you're watching, and they'll have reviews, and they'll have many people talking about the movie. First of all, what was the budget? When you're looking at business, for business to make sense, did these guys make a profit? So how much was the budget? How was that budget used? How much was the profit made by that movie? Did that movie even get a profit, or it just broke even? So look at the monies. It's very important to look at that. Also, the second thing in the film business aspect, be able to look at what year it was made, and be able to look at how much people were paid so that they could come together and make this film. Be able to look at the box office records, any awards and festivals that the movie has won. Of course, when you're doing film appreciation, it's always good to start by introducing yourself, introducing the motive of your study. That is, I was studying maybe Avatar. I thought of studying to see the change in trends. There's so many trends that have changed in filmmaking. For instance, even the camera moves. Nowadays, a long time ago, we used to have people having dialogue when they're sitting. Nowadays, in all the movies, you'll see people having dialogues as they walk. The world is becoming very casual. Nowadays, if you're very much official, you're hated by everyone. People just like somebody to be easy and formal. But a long time ago, we were, bound by rules, and we couldn't break these rules. Nowadays, we are a bit more free, and you can even find CEOs wearing t-shirts, going to the office, and that makes them relate better with customers than the long time ago where they had to choke themselves with a tie to be able to lock a deal. The times are changing and the trends are changing even in real life. And that's what now, because film is a mirror of society, that's what is now being represented in movies. So you'll find when you watch classical films, for example, the shots are taken on a tripod. Today, the shots are taken on the move. We even can have one shot taken on one take for 10 minutes. We've even had a movie that was shot for 90 minutes on one take, meaning this person was following the main character, everybody, with one camera for 90 minutes, and they made the whole movie. So that movie could have easily taken a day to be made, and it's a feature film. So this is important. All right, so the next thing that you need to know is, which is very, very important, this is in the filmmaking process, is also that, when you begin appreciating this film, you need to also appreciate the technical aspects. What are the technical aspects you appreciate? One is narrative, and I'm not going to go into detail, because if you want us to go into detail, you can, enroll in our classes, and you can be able to watch more videos, have real-time training on these things, and you can be able to learn and present your film appreciation. For now, I'm just sharing general knowledge and hope it will benefit you. So when you're looking at narrative, it's very easy. Every movie is written 3 times. The first time it's written by the writer. The second time, it's written by the director. The third time, it's written by the editor. You have to ask yourself, how did these 3 writers come together to tell the film story? So there's some things that actually count so much when it comes to analyzing narrative. 1, what's the story? 2, what's the plot? 3, how is the dramatic structure? 4, how is the use of things like suspense and surprise? 5, what's the story duration? 6, and when you talk about story duration, we're talking story duration, plot duration, and we're talking about, screen duration. All that is important, and it should be reflected in the movie. And then we're also looking at characters, who are the main characters in the story. We're also looking at setting. Setting is the time and place where different events in the movie happen. We're also looking at the events themselves that are happening in that movie. And we're also looking at, the method of narration that was used. to do this, we are looking at small things such as plot order to see how the narrative was told. So these are very important things. When you're analyzing, let's say, production design, which is a second element, you're analyzing how the set was done. You're analyzing the decor, the props on the set. You're analyzing the lighting design. The lighting design is the lights in front of the camera that you can see, the candles, the lanterns, the Christmas lighting. I don't know what it is. Is it like a chandelier lighting in a dining table, wherever you are? All these kind of lightings that you can record on your camera, and they're seen and they change the mood. What were those lighting used for? So that is part of design. And then when you move to character design, we think about wardrobes. Like, what clothes were the characters wearing in each scene? Were those clothes good? Also, we look at things like hairstyle. What hairstyle did the characters have on, and how did that make them embody their character? And we also look at makeup. Some characters need bad makeup, some characters need good makeup. Makeup is not the makeup for Ashley's, where you just have to make up and look beautiful. You can also make up and look like a zombie, because this is film. So all that, how does it add value to the film? So you go deep as a film appreciation person. Then you go to cinematography, you look at techniques like one-take camera interaction, newest camera techniques that were used. How did they shoot? Shot composition, the depth of field. You look at those things and you really learn from these filmmakers. What settings were their camera on? How are they able to achieve a particular shot? What was shot on green screen? What was shot in real life, in a real life set? What was the operation? So when it comes to cinematography, you look at setting up, operating the camera, performing camera techniques, and of course, just being able to achieve all those shots, and also the sound, the diegetic sound that should be recorded on set. The fifth thing you should be able to analyze is the acting. Actors bring a character to life. So the character is the life of your story. So if the actor does not act good, then you don't get a good thing. So you need to look at the role of the actors, the lead actor, the lead supportive actor, the lead, antagonist, the lead, supportive antagonist, and how all these characters intertwine and help you to tell the story. Then the last thing also that you need to know is editing. How was editing able to affect your storytelling? And, how was the sound design done? And if you're able to know that, you can look at the basic directing. If overall the technical quality of each and every department was good, the director is to get the credit. If the overall technical performance was bad, the director gets discredited, and they don't get more films to do. So you need to get a good director who can manage all these departments to do all this work. So you're able now to appreciate a film in that level. Go very deep, like you're adjudicating the film, and you learn a lot. I want to tell you one last thing before I finish. Every movie has 3 meanings. You need to consider these 3 meanings of a movie, even as you continue appreciating a film. One of it is explicit meaning. What the writers of the film just want any audience to get as the meaning of the film. But some people watch a film and they want an internal message. What they do get is called an implicit meaning. For instance, you could watch a movie. Yeah, you think it's a drama, but in the middle of it, you find somebody else has already noticed, oh, this is promoting, LGBT, or it's promoting something else. So that is implicit. Then there's ideological. Some people just finance films or create films to push particular ideologies to people, like the ideology of being an atheist, or of being a Christian, or of being something. So people will push feminism, people will push anything, chauvinism, and any other agenda through film. Even propaganda. Actually, the American film industry has been very famous for creating propaganda through film, and even for public relations. So film can be used for many things. Think about all those things as you're appreciating your film. As usual, Mwalimu Rachel Wainaina, always happy to share the fire with you, and I hope you really enjoyed this session. Leave your comments below if you like the content. Subscribe to my channel. Click on that notification button, and also share it with your friends if you feel that they would benefit with it. Please keep on interacting with us, and we'll keep making new content every day to just help take the African film industry to the next level. With that said, ciao until next time.